That clock keeps ticking. Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire.
All right, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Tommy C's Arcade, the best arcade. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Who cares what I'm considered? Who gives a crap as long as you're entertained and I get paid? That's right, baby. I think you know my job. I'm supposed to be nipping. I'm that border collie, that shepherd, German shepherd, or Australian sheepdog. There you go. I'm a sheepdog, baby. Call me a LOLCow. I don't care. Show's a big success. So far, you know, I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit worried. You know, I'd heard that I was too shrill in the last one. I was shrill in this one too, but not as much. And got a lot more compliments, and people like that I listen to criticism. We already got ideas for the next one. I think we're gonna be starting some shit real soon. We are in need of an editor. The problem with an editor is because of their fan bases. You know, we don't want to get like Wings Tings. Wings is deep. I think Wings will be likable going forward. I don't know if this is a good thing, but I think Wings is in a good place. He's likable in every episode, and people want more Wings, and I'm definitely going to start shutting up and maybe control the conversation a little less. You know, that was my intent going in, and something I think I did last time pretty well, or at least not last time in the pilot episode well. But I think the Boogie didn't get on my nerves, and both the pilots. He does get on my nerves now, and I am used to being top dog, which I'm not. I'm the third man in. I don't mind being that, but it's weird to go back to beta Tommy C. But I think I got to find a happy medium, and I think the show will just like rocket from there. You know, and you know, I'm real happy with it. The fans seem to be happy with it. You know, you're always going to get some haters, you know, at this level. They keep going to see it, and there's always a chance, like, you know, the second one, you know, people weren't gonna show up for it. They got their taste, they saw what it was, and then like the direction it was going. So They came and again, I think it's growing faster, even faster this time. Ernest Woodside, thanks so much. After shows for SFTP and other events, if you sync that with Discord, baby. Was a happy medium. Now I think I could even get it more medium, for lack of a better word. Mike the Bike. So I came in here to bullshit with you guys a little bit and play a little Apex, and you know, when I answer all your questions and stuff, I'm gonna hit the Apex thing and then chill. And I probably should be in bed already, but I'm not. So I'm talking to a lot of people. Very exciting. You know, Keem is satisfied. You know, this. Look, I really, what I really want to do is, there's things going on behind the scenes. Like, the thing I like about this is everybody's producing. And I got to be honest with you, the real magic's happening with the heart of this project is Nick Diorio. And you know, the idea man for this project and leader is Keem, and they're both doing a really great job. Podcast says 6 out of 10. There's more room for improvement. However, I agree. Actually, Keemstar needs to step in and shout or something. I'm sure we have so many options. You know, I keep on hearing like what guests we should have or what we shouldn't have or something like that. You do got to give it time. It's a weekly thing. We have to find another editor. I don't know if we're gonna get one out Sunday. We're gonna have to do that. You know, and some people, they like the sound effects. They like to be a little overproduced. Some people don't like it. They like it flat. You know, I think that's more of Wings and the detractor fan base. But we got some ideas to kind of like rope the detractors in. I know you all are sold. And I appreciate the support. But there is a lot of room for everybody, I think. Well, I mean, like, I think Wings and... I have to control it, and sometimes by controlling it, saying less is better. You know, I got to control, make sure it's on track. My job is to do what Keem wants and get it on the track, and I can do that. Nick's coming up with some amazing ideas behind the scene. He's holding it together. It has been a stressful 2 weeks, let me tell you, as far as you know, getting this thing off. But to have people come back the second one. And God, if they come back next Sunday for the third one, like, holy crap, then we might actually have something here. Yeah, Wings a really good guy as far as I can see in my experience with him. You know, maybe he's 37 years old. Maybe a lot of shit's behind him. Who knows? You know, I could say that Boogie legitimately doesn't like me, and he probably never did. He's probably bullshitted me forever. I think the good thing is I don't think he can ever stop fucking lying and bullshit, and that's probably good for the cast. If they both end up normal, what are we gonna do? You know, what are we gonna do? Sound effects makes you guys like a play fight, and I'm here. I don't know. Oh, there's Wavy. Phil had some interesting things to say about the show. Phil who? My Pockets? Phil. Oh, yeah. Oh, he did say something? Oh, yeah. Stay tuned. Yeah, I did. Yeah, DSP. Yeah, stay tuned. It's a bully podcast. That's what I heard. We're a bunch of bullies. No, it's entertaining. The other thing that, you know, you can't tell people, because people wanted, and I understand, and I would have too. People really want to Phil on, and it's the problem with Phil being on. I think people are starting to see it, like, from the comments. It would just be utter chaos. It would be what's his face trauma dumping, and Phil. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's boring. You know, he's fucking boring, and he's all you do. There should be a bunch of guys whining. You know, they're not going to take shots at each other. So, I mean, that's kind of my job. Can I do it better? Yes. You know, I mean, this week was better than last week. Next week, I'm going to be even better the other week. So I'm going to come up with ideas. And, you know, I got a good support system with Nick, because Nick's feeding me a lot of stuff. And all I got to do is execute. You know, I was really appreciated the kind comment. I think like I said, you guys are sold, but I was turning some people that were maybe not happy with it. And I think a lot of it's disappointment that Phil's not there. I gotta be honest with Phil, can't be there. He's not trustworthy. I mean, he could screw somebody at the moment's notice. He's done it a 1,000 times before. He tried to do it with this podcast. You know, Phil, I mean, saying he can't. One thing you got to say about Boogie and Wings is they can take being goofed on. I mean, he can't even take that. He's just not self-aware enough. It's just that simple. You know? But he's providing so much content. Yeah, and he's also giving me ways to get under his skin. He really hates my gods. It's so weird, too, because I thought we got along well in the first. Like he can really, like, make you feel like you're on good terms with him and just hate your guts behind your back. He's really good at that. The Farmers episodes are boring. Well, there's only one. And it's not going to be something it's not going to be something that's even going to happen every month. It's going to happen when necessary, and they can have different guests every time. So, you know, like, you know, the same thing with me, guys. You're being anybody can be a farmer, man. You're being somebody can get sick too. So I like the dynamic. I think it's really interesting. I think people are going to have to eventually kind of get it, though, because there is no podcast quite like this where there's like a dual thing going on. It's different, and you know, that's Keem and Nick's genius. So people gonna have to use it because it's brand new. Once they get it, they get it. There's gonna be kind of the in thing to get it, and there are probably people ripping us off after that. You know. Boogie with Tom and Nick would be next. I think this is a situation where you might see that, where they come in or Nick comes in. When I get Frank Castle on, we'd probably have to work on Boogie. Let some money come in, and that, because like no one's got a nickel, right? You got to get, like, let some money come in and bring that, because, like, yeah, I want Frank Castle. I don't care. I want Adolf Hitler. I don't give a shit. You know, Farmers could be recreative. It doesn't even have to be a versus situation. You know, it doesn't have to be a versus situation. You know, the our side's always going to be wild and wacky, and you know they went a different route. You know, another thing too is, like, you know, Tom and Mudahar are more like, they're analysts, good ones, real good ones. It's not me taking a shot on them, believe me. But like, maybe Keem would be a better farmer. I don't know. Or maybe that would work. Maybe a mix up. I don't, like, you look with Tom and Mudahar, like Tom and Mudahar pushing this thing, right? We're like, I can't like, I'm so grateful. Like, I can't say it enough. Like, that's a big, Tom pushing this thing, Mudahar wanting to make it work. You know, he's willing to take my guff. And so it's just, you gotta let the wheel spin. You know, I'm hearing a lot of, like, what we should be doing. Very few things haven't been thought of already, and you gotta let this kind of dynamic get out, kind of break out, and then bring on guests and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I took a little. I'm interested if PKA. Painkiller Ready responds to what I said, and believe me, we're thinking, but I mean, you know, like, I don't know, when Walking Dead came out, I was like, you know, this is really good, but you need to be doing this with the zombies, and now with zombies. Let the show come out, man. I would love to get, I've heard that one too, like, that's been thought of as well. I don't know how we're gonna get Chris to do anything, but yeah, I do gotta cook a little bit. I gotta do things wrong so I can correct them. You know, and I think I did. I mean, you know, a lot of the comments are fucking awesome. Let's go through some of the comments here. LOLCow Live. Here we go. And this is strictly about me, though. 4 hours, 25 minutes, probably more than that. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Wow. All right. Look at some of these comments. Should I sort them by? Well, we'll go top first. Imagine tell people 4 years ago that Wings of Redemption is more articulate and less pathetic than Boogie. Amazing timeline. Poor Boogie. How can people be so cruel and not feel sympathetic towards him? Just like give me your money, all of it. How crazy are we with the point where Boogie can announce he has cancer and everyone just rolls their eyes? Boogie actively regressed from the first episode by an insane moment. What the fuck? I swear to God, if he says deaf people don't live in the houses one more time, as if it's a valid excuse, I will spontaneous combust. LO. All this is prove that Boogie only thinks about himself. He is, if he's going to off himself and give a shit about anyone's claims to care about it, those friends and community. But you know what I've noticed about Boogie, I've shown that I want to care about him. You know, I've tried. I've even said to these guys, you know, maybe we should be friends offline. I think that'd be fun. It's pretty fucking clear that he doesn't want that, but maybe that's better for the dynamic. I don't fucking know.
It probably is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, hey, there he is. Boogie is the epitome of sheer joy. I'm reading some of these comments off so I can, like, I don't know, like, give myself some dopamine. He radiates...
Do you feel like you're back on Baited yet?
The pressures feels the same.
Does it feel the same seeing, like, all the positive stuff, though?
You're
probably getting more positive now than
Baited. Not last episode. Last episode felt like Baited. Like, the first one, like, it was real mixed. This one felt a little more positive. This is probably the first time I've ever gotten like 70-30 positive in my life on anything, you know. You gotta understand, when I came into Baited, I always wanted to be the bad guy. What I didn't realize, you can only go so far with it without just being disliked.
It's one thing to be the bad guy, it's another guy to be fucking annoying.
Just disliked, you know? Yeah. I gotta watch that myself. Honest to God, I'll have an aneurysm if I worked with Boogie. Happy to see the chemistry being formed between the three. Jordy feels like the balance between Tommy and Boogie. Wow, who would have thought that? I don't know if that's a fair criticism. I don't know if that's an unfair criticism. I'm actually glad Tommy sees left off Boogie's sob stories and steered the direction of the podcast. That's what I was hoping to hear last week. I'm hearing it this week. So that is a huge thing for me. Like, I know I'm making progress. I think Boogie loves being miserable. He loves to talk about his issues. Tommy got infinitely better on the episode. I'm glad he listens to criticism and whatnot, which I do appreciate that, and I do listen to it. Because I realize it's like, SFTP is about me. This isn't about me. And it's a little harder, because last time it wasn't about me either, and I knew what to do. But now it's 7 years later, and I'm used to doing whatever the fuck I want. So it's good. I'm gonna give me some time, guys. You know, it's more like a lot of it's not me being a dick or annoying. It's just a reflex of holding up my own shit. I hope Boogie makes a new excuse to almost do every episode. Makes a new excuse up almost not to do every episode. Imagine how fun.
Yeah, because in the beginning he's like, guys, I'm so sick right now. And he just sounded exactly the same as usual. He just sounded depressed.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said to me, though? He said, I said he was having a bad cancer day.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and you could tell it really pissed him off. And he says, what does it do to you? He goes, it kills you.
Oh, God.
I knew that was...
It's so hard because, like, when you said that just now, my immediate thought is to laugh, and that's not the like emotion I was trying to have. Like when I was watching the documentary Clum made, it's like the music is sad.
Yeah.
This is an emotional moment. Boogie's really selling it, and I think this is so funny.
Yeah, it is. And if you see this episode, I'm not. I think this is you know, DSP might be right. This is a bully podcast because nobody gives a fuck about your problems. You know,
yeah,
and that this is definitely going to be tough. Generally great. Let's see. I'm thinking infinitely better. I hope Boogie makes generally great episode, Jordy. I wish you were more like this in regular streams, pimp. Let the charisma shine through. You know, talk about a redemption arc already. I knew that these guys both would get a redemption arc at one point if everything went off. The fact that Wings is getting it so early is great. And I got to be honest with you. all my experiences with Wings have been just fantastic. I think Tommy is a great addition to the podcast. Boy, I haven't heard anything like that before. I know some people are annoyed that he interrupts. I probably got to tone that down. It's like, again, I'm not used to being a second banana. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just not used to it. Everything out of Boogie's mouth is a cop-out complaint, excuse, a lie. Every time he calls him out his bullshit, it's absolutely hilarious. He leads Boogie into doubling down into bullshit. Yeah, I noticed that. You know, people are mad at me sometimes because I can't. He tells so many fucking lies. I can't keep track of them all. You know? Jeez.
Yeah, like you're supposed to. Like you're not an expert in this. You're supposed to like.
I know some stuff. I know.
No, but like there is like you can't recite the fucking Sam and Tolkien subreddit by heart.
No.
You know?
No, but he said something like I should have hit him a little harder because he said something like, and I'm really interested to see what that guy Mike Klum says. He said, you know, we kind of fudged thing like Mike knows that he fucked up the numbers, but we didn't think that people were gonna have a ridiculous weaponized autism about it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Wings of Redemption, Boogie 298. Of course they're gonna have weaponized autism about it. Of course they are. You guys, everything you do is documented. And then it's
so is Mike admitting that was him?
I know. He says that Mike would, though. We'll see. We'll see
That's
how that
the
goes.
thing, is Boogie's saying that,
Yeah.
and it just sounds like he's throwing him under the bus, and then Mike hasn't defended himself yet. Like, Mike showed up yesterday, and we asked him, because he sent a super chat, but I don't know if he was there by the time we asked him if Boogie was, like, lying. Because, I mean, on several occasions, I've heard a different story. The one I heard publicly is that, oh, Mike will tell you, he fucked the numbers. But Tom told me Boogie admitted privately that he gave Mike the 200K number about hookers because it would sound better for the documentary. In reality, it was 70K.
Yeah, I have trouble believing that Mike, you know, as thorough and as professional as it was, I don't know, does he really need to fudge the numbers, and would he worry about his reputation? You know, and he kind of doubled down.
If he did, wouldn't you have the guy, like, I don't know, you would do it checkably, right? Like,
but
there are numbers you could fudge we would never have found out. Why would you fuck the fight numbers? Wouldn't he immediately attack you over it?
Well, he said that, well, that's why it's bullshit. So he brings this up about weaponized autism. I argue with him a while, and he keeps going back. I mean, he doesn't give up the fight. And then he says, well, and then he just changes the whole thing. And he goes, well, we did it because I don't care. I really just didn't care. We didn't care that much if we got caught or not. I'm like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, Wings, does he care? He's like, clearly, you know, he cares. You know, so it's funny. Wings is generally going through a transformation that Boogie needs to start doing years ago. Sure, Wings is drudging along at the speed of snail, but like Tommy C said, he's coming across much more normal. No more stupid lies, no more over-the-top, completely unfunny shit when it was intended to be funny or not. I still think he generally has a shot at being big again. Wouldn't that be crazy? He just needs to ditch
Dude, I think
games.
the end of this, if we play our cards right,
yeah,
you guys are going to be the arbiters of the commentary community, okay?
Yeah.
All the drama is going to cycle. What does Wings think about this controversy?
This is
I can't
really
wait to hear about
yeah,
it.
you know, wouldn't that be crazy? And then it really does take Baited's place. You know,
people
like,
laugh
just,
like they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's gonna happen."
Oh,
it's
we'll
like,
say, I'll make. Give me a challenge, please. Give me a challenge.
I mean, you already
please.
hear how people are talking about Wings. I'm sure that could change very quickly, but
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't
people
care.
seem pretty hyped on the fact that he seems super normal.
All
And that's not necessarily good for business for him. to be normal.
No, but you know, like I was thinking that, but seeing all these people being positive about it, maybe it is good for business.
Yeah.
You know, hey, listen, like hate makes money, but it's short term. Love can last up until the time you fuck it up, like Pokimane did today. You know, it's much more. It's long term money. Wings is generally going to go transformation. Sure, okay. Boogie on the other hand needs professional help. I don't see him getting better without it. Well, he has it. I don't think it's helping.
I'll let you know how the cookies are.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you bought the cookies, huh?
For $30.
Good for you. Good for you. Kind of.
Well, I said, and I don't know about you, but I think it would be funny if Boogie does like a mukbang that's edited by Mike Klum of Pokimane's overpriced cookies as soon as the documentary is over, because they're talking about how he has no money or anything like that. But like every bite, like you know how they did in the documentary, the money pops up on the side of the screen
like,
while he's like doing stuff. You'll just see it's like each cookie. A certain
buck.
like off his fucking weekly, yeah.
87 cents, you know.
And it just cuts back to old unused B-roll of Boogie being like, "I'm gonna be dead soon," as he's eating the cookies or whatever. That'd be a great fucking video.
Here's something. Jordy's story was. You didn't watch it yet, did you? I'm gonna tell you what it was. Jordy's story was really good story. Though it's annoying that Boogie tried to one up him right away, of course, for the shit story. Literally love the banter between Boogie and Tommy. Need more than being themselves. Naturally not liking each other. That's the thing. I don't dislike Boogie. Boogie dislikes me. I'm just like, if you're a prick to me, I'm just a prick back. It's just it's a reflex.
I feel like you're indifferent at this point. I feel like it started out as I don't dislike Boogie, but I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
well,
I'm starting to feel like.
Well, you know what it is? You know, because he lies to me too. He told me I was a great guy. He like blew smoke up my ass.
He's very manipulative.
It
like,
really
it's
is.
real.
Like, he's still kind of an egomaniac too. Like,
and it's also like upsetting because he's not very good at being manipulative. So he's very like, he has like a lot of tells, and when it's happening, it's almost insulting.
It's infuriating. That's exactly what happened to me in the first episode. It's infuriating.
It's like, how stupid do you think I am?
Really stupid too, because like I said to him, and I wish I had this recorded. I said, "Is like, look, believe it or not, I think I tell you, like, I don't have an ego about this. I just want to get it done. So like, my feelings don't get hurt." And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, let's put this to the test. I'm going to tell you something right now. I wouldn't do this unless there was money in it, and I really don't care to ever be around you." And I just fucking laughed. Like that, what an egomaniac to think that I would just like fall apart by saying it was like, "Oh, you got me. I guess I do care," you know. You know. But like he doesn't. He just he's a fucking prick. Literally love that. Okay, Boogie's fake ass sick voice. It's like listening to a kid trying to get out of school. I generally hope these guys find happiness. Their stories are hard to hear, but not uncommon. Tommy and Boogie having unfettered conversations is hilarious. This stuff's good. It's hilarious that Boogie blames cancer, taking his testosterone shots, and not gallons of Mountain Dew. Drinking gallons of Mountain Dew.
Dude, that was the best part of watching the doc, is that like Boogie would be sitting here being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be dead soon," but then like in the corner of each fucking at one point I think they were in the bathroom, Tommy, and it looked like between shots they realized and moved it, but half the shot had like a fucking toilet Mountain Dew just sitting on the toilet.
Jesus Christ.
And we were just pointing out, like, because they obviously weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And we would just keep finding them in the back of the
utterly
the screen.
insane. That's Big E, bro.
Almost like an Easter egg.
3/4 of the way here, the chemistry is a lot better than the first episode. That's one of my guys. We're living in a rally where Wings is reasonable and actually fun to listen to. I see a comeback arc.
I saw people complaining about the show's chemistry after one episode. We were at like 2 episodes, I guess. And like, I don't know how you could come to that conclusion so early, especially like, I don't know, they haven't gotten work together yet, you know?
Yeah, the pressure's real, dude. You know, look, Keem reads these comments. You know, the pressure's real. I want it though. See, like, I think that's I don't know. As we see, there's not a lot of people like me. I want the pressure. I want the pressure to get better and make it work, because it just benefits me in the end anyway. But I guess, you know, I don't know. I don't get why people are, or why do, like, you know, like something like, why don't you have Frank Castle on yet, or Frank Hassel on yet? Like, are you kidding me? Like, we just started.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities. This show could have 100 episodes of like entirely new material, or it could die after 5. And I think some people are like, all right, this show is not going to last, so I need them to give me everything I wanted now. Because I don't know how long it's going to go.
Maybe that's it. I'll keep that in mind. Gout, AIDS, leprosy. Tommy should have said laughter is the best medicine to Boogie Lynn Reed, and swiftly moved on.
Do you think Boogie's the type of guy that when someone asks, so what is wrong with you? He gets like all giddy and excited and getting to explain like the 50,000 different things he has wrong with him?
Yeah.
Because I know people like that. They're like, "Oh, what happened? How's your leg doing?" "Oh, God, my leg. It's hard to walk up the stairs. Oh, but my back." And they'll just sit there and talk about it for like an hour and a half.
I think people are starting to get it too. I'm gonna blow some smoke on my own ass. I think what's wrong about Tommy, he actually makes everything more entertaining. If he wasn't on, it wouldn't be the same. The podcast is so funny.
Dude, your ego is gonna be like Willie Mack after
But here's the thing. It's like, it's not. I'm not looking at it as a compliment towards me as much as I am. They're getting it. Like, because a lot of the disappointment I think is coming from DSP not being there. Right? We can't have DSP on. he's not trustworthy. He'll try to screw us. He won't come on. He won't come on. He could never take a goof on me on his fucking bankruptcy or something. He's not self-aware. Like,
tell everyone the truth, all right? I won't get mad at you.
Sure.
If I wasn't a part of this podcast and you weren't a part of this podcast and Keemstar wasn't a part of this podcast, do you think the three of them would have been able to organize their own show with DSP?
First of all, I tried. When it was just me, Boogie, and Wings, it wasn't working. We couldn't get anything going until you guys got in. So I have no problem saying that I could. This needs a team behind it. It clearly needs a team.
But I'm saying, like, let's say if you weren't even there. Let's say if DSP was in your place.
No, it'd be a mess.
How would that? Like, would they ever be able to get a single episode?
No, it would have never. I truly believe, and I'm not just blowing smoke on my own ass. It would have never came out. I don't think it would ever came out with those three. Like, because there's stuff like DSP would. I mean, God, he'd screw his mother for a nickel. You know, I mean,
let's take we have 4 episodes of the show, 3 of which have been released. Okay. The first one was recorded in StreamYard, a software used for live streaming. And they thought that would be a good way to present this show to the entire world. Okay. And also that episode couldn't come out because it was technically like owned by some random person that was accidentally the manager of the show by accident that no one knew. Okay. That was the first episode. All right, the second episode, Wings sent a unfucking editable file at 29 gigs that was crashing my entire computer when I tried to use it. And that Keemstar, when he tried to open it, didn't get any visuals. So that was fun. Episode 3, we actually that went well, but episode 3 was me, Muda, and Tom, so it's to be expected. And then episode 4, we fired our editor. I'm sorry. Episode 2. I'm sorry. Boogie gave away the entire show to Review Tech USA. I forgot. Okay, yeah. So that was the drama on episode 2. So on every single episode of this show, we've had a catastrophic podcast ending drama before we released the episode, and we're still going.
I can't. No kidding. That's like, well, give yourself a little credit. You saved that when he went to Rich. You were like, it's like when we had the camera problem the first time. It's salvageable. When listen, give yourself a little credit. We could do this. We could use the Rich thing, you know, and we did. And it was amazing. It was entertaining as hell. So
I think Keemstar was going to kill himself when Boogie and Mudahar made up in the chat, like in messages. Really? I think he was going to actually kill himself when he was reading that. After we just sat there and fixed the entire show over the course of 3 days, and they're like, we don't really care about you. I think Boogie was going to go murder suicide. Not Boogie. I think Keem was going to go murder suicide.
I think what happened is for Mudahar, right? And I do like Mudahar. What he realized what he said was really off-brand, you know, about Boogie. His hate towards Boogie. He's like, and then he just came. Well, I just want him to be better, and that's a steaming pile of horse shit. You know, I'm sorry, but I think it's off-brand because Mudahar. Look, he comes on Augie and he comes on my show once in a while, but he doesn't get in. He's not afraid, but he doesn't get in dirty, and he does have a personal issue with Boogie for sure. You know, but yeah, of course. Like, save the drama. Let's work this together. You know what I mean? So it should be good. Tommy backing off a little bit made the podcast more enjoyable, so people noticed. Might back off even a little more too. I hope the redemption for Wings goes well. Wings is the voice of reason. Wow, he's killing it in this podcast. Amazing. Did you hear what I said about PKA?
What did you say?
Wings
did you say it? Did you say the thing?
I said the thing.
Oh no! What did Wings say? I gotta go watch that. No,
here's he goes. He said, "Well, I slept over Kyle's house one time." He's like, "You're braver than me," you know.
Oh God.
Yeah, like, oh, you talk about Keith? He's like, yeah, kind of. We were a little worried. He's like, oh, I don't really have an opinion because I never met Keith. I don't know their relationship. I was like, you have an opinion, Wings. Let's be honest. You just can't say it because you get sued, right? And then I go, Boogie, did Keith did Kyle kill his business partner?
Oh my God. All right, so guys, PKA is not going to be coming on the LOLCow podcast. Oh my God. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody wonders. There is everybody who watches that story is like, he didn't kill him.
Sure.
Did he?
And then if they all get, I don't know what they're gonna do, and I think they're gonna do something. If they say like I was out of line or something like that, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not out of line to joke about that. Fucking A. Like what? Like everybody wonders about that. I'm just saying it out loud. You know, Woody's insufferable. I like those guys, but I don't think I'm not a big believer on untouchable topics. So yeah, we got that rolling, and and Wings kind of went with it. You know what I mean? So it'd be really interesting to see what they say. Oh God, here's another one. I was a bit skeptical of Tommy being the meteor of those two, but goddamn, what a great fit. The moment is getting too muddy. It sounds a bit weird. He immediately calls it out and sees it how the viewers see it. Oh, that's what I got to do right there. The fucking laugh is on point as well. Well, that must have been one of my own guys. Boogie will never start being a righteous petty me party. Tommy was definitely more bearable in this episode.
Tommy, when you burn the Nick
Duty
Diorio
streams.
bridge,
Is that the real Duty streams? Enjoying the show. Oh, that is the real Duty streams. Why didn't you press Boogie on his income lie? He averages 1.5 million views a month, which comes about to be a 6K in ad revenue.
Oh,
Also,
how the fuck would you know what the fucking viewership average is? How the fuck would you know his individual CPM? Get the fuck out of here. Well, actually, push his glasses closer to the head. He was making this much.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to press the way you guys press him because I don't follow absolutely everything. I do watch you and I watch Breaking Banquet, and stuff like that. But I got to be honest with you. If I like, do you really want me to take your fucking job, and just watch his streams all day? That's your thing. I got to be somewhere in the middle of the thing. I'll call him out, but I'm not becoming the salmon. I'm not a walking salmon Tolkien. You know what I mean? That's not gonna happen. I don't think that'll work. And anyway, you guys be out of work. You should thank me for it, Duty Streams. Thank you, though. I appreciate the donation. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the show.
Oh, when I shouted out the fucking dick stroking Phil, he was actually like super hyped up that I put him in there after the editing thing where we kind of used this clip by accident.
Huge shout out to D-Max for editing so we don't have to hear TSP's mumbles from Boogie. Whoever else would be unwatchable. Big up, pimp. For another day. Wings made an excellent point with his suicide attempt story by putting... I don't want to give that away because Nick hasn't seen it yet. I love the dynamic of Tommy C not taking Boogie lies. I hope Wings gets his deserved redemption arc. Wings is actually having a redemption, and I'm here for it. But people want it. They want it, dude. They want it. Hope he doesn't... Let's see if he doesn't...
They played ball when other people wouldn't play ball. And they're going to be looked at more positively for it. Because people wanted this show, bro, and they got what they wanted.
It's turning out totally different. And the only thing I resent people saying we're making bits and acts and writing scripts. That infuriates me. Because I've never really done anything like that in my career. Other than a few, one-off videos here and there. Everything I've always done is, radio organic. That ticks me off a little bit.
The problem is that's Keemstar's name being associated with the podcast. And anyone who likes me looking at this is a bit skeptical because of how much we bashed the Keemstar show last year. Because it was admittedly fucking fake drama the whole time. And I was just sitting there running my mouth complaining about it. Now, I wouldn't be involved with this one if it was fake. And the people who are involved in it are literally pathetic enough to make it work. You don't have to
do this stuff with Wings and Boogie around. You really don't have to do too much. I didn't fucking make the goddamn... Well, maybe I did.
There might come a day when we might have to, quote unquote, to keep it at the same rate, and there we'll just innovate. We'll do other stuff. But right now, Boogie's handing it to us on a silver platter.
I could see us doing a bit, but an obvious bit. You know what I mean? I could see us doing an actual bit. Maybe I fly.
And if we ever did a bit, we would end up telling you we did a bit. It wouldn't be
it would be so fucking
fake
obvious.
Show lore or something gay like that.
Yeah, it would be so fucking obvious, or it would be a joke that we said.
You know, the worst one for me is, and it almost it looked like that. I guess for people who don't believe us, it looked like it was going to be like that. Yeah. But the thing that I hated the most out of every one of the Keemstar show things is they were faking firing co-hosts. We knew when they were faking Salvo, stuff, really? When they were faking firing Salvo.
Yeah.
So it was ironic that we had an almost fired co-host immediately into the new show. But that was the one that drove me nuts. It's like, yeah, okay, he'll be better next week.
You just got called out by Duty Streams. All right,
Damn.
His views are public information. Yeah, but we don't. The point is, we don't look it up.
Wait, no.
Oh,
his views are public information. Sure. Is his CPM public information? Do we know exactly how much he was being paid per view on each video? That's like saying, oh God, you could see how many dislikes there are because there's a YouTube there's a Chrome extension that shows you as if it's like an accurate number of dislikes on the videos.
He probably has a good CPM because he's like a fucking old hat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I don't know if that means anything. The CPM, it varies per person.
Yeah.
And you could, like, there was a time Willie Mac's show made like $1 1 month when he was smaller, when other people were making a couple
he had like
$100,000.
He had 100,000.
And we were looking at it, and he had like a
1
cent CPM, and he had to contact YouTube because it was so fucked. That's obviously a nuclear example, and I'm not saying that's what happened to Boogie.
Yeah.
But you don't know how much per view pays. Like, that's a Social Blade isn't giving you an accurate number.
Different
it's just not
for
real.
everybody. It's different for everybody else. Well, he's saying he gets similar stuff, so that's why I get 1.4 million a month. It's pretty easy to determine what Boogie's average is a month. Yeah, but you don't have CPM. That's the point. You know? But I just, that's something that, I mean, there's so much fucking else to hit him with, you know. But I tell you what, dude, like, you know, hit me on Twitter. Like, I don't mind people saying, like, why don't you hit him on this? Why don't you hit him on that? You know, like the stuff with, it's like any episode. It's like, you're always going to say, I wish I said this. I wish I said that. You know, keep telling me, and maybe I'll fucking, if I think it's funny, if I think it's going to work, if I think it's going to get a rise out of them, yeah, I'll do it. So I don't mind hearing, I should have done this. I should have done that. You know, I love dynamic. Wings is actually having redemption. You got low T, but spent $200K on women. Wings was shooting live rounds at Boogie. Well,
the thing is, what is the quote unquote 200K? I think it's 70, but let's say, what is the 200K? He was bringing these girls to Disneyland.
That'll cost.
Like, what? Like, what does he count the money he sent the autistic kid to school with? Like, I don't know, what is that money coming out of?
So funny.
You heard the story where he was bragging about fucking the same hooker as Logan Paul, right?
Oh God, no, I missed that one.
Oh, you got to ask about that. He told me that when I think there's a video about it. I said he should have uploaded a video doing a story time back when he told me. But he was bragging that he fucked the same hooker as Logan Paul, and I was dying.
Good for him. I love how Tommy condescends Boogie. I love seeing Boogie angry. Boogie really hates my guts.
The best part is he's like already uncomfortable before the recording starts.
Well,
like
did you see that?
Every episode you've done so far,
he's already like, hey buddy, how you doing? I mean, I'm like, you know what really pisses me off about that is like, I would like the first 2 pilots we did, and I was like, oh, we're cool, you know. And then I realized, like, you know, you always hated my guts. You're always fucking putting on a happy face, and you're good at that, you know, because that's what you've been doing your whole career. You're actually a pretty angry guy. You're actually more angry than me, which is saying some shit. Bro, Tommy and Boogie energy, hilarious. The podcast is funny and entertaining. Please keep making new ones. Boogie is giving us all, especially with those claps and he did the claps this time, and then when we went to do it the second time, when after Wings turned on his camera, he didn't do it. He just flat out refused. Like, I don't know why. Like every time we start, it's just like he makes it so difficult.
What is wrong with clapping? I don't understand. Like, how is this such a hard fucking concept?
He's fucking above it. He's fucking above it.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
He's above clapping.
No, maybe he realized he can't get over. I mean, that's why he's fucking.
He keeps writing shit in the chat. He's like, guys, if I don't understand why people. Well, he wrote this on Twitter. I don't understand why people get such a rise out of people just like Tommy and Mudahar just defacing me. But if that's what it takes, I'll do it for the fans. And he's writing in the chat, and he's like, guys, listen, I understand that I got to be like the punching bag or something like that, but I'll do it for the good of the podcast. I'm like, no, this is we really think this. This is not for the good of the podcast. This is real. This is how we feel about you.
Get off the cross. We need the wood. You know, I mean,
literally, bro.
Yeah, you know, Jesus. I really like the show. Tommy seems to settle down. Wings really cleaned up his act a lot. I was gonna play with my fucking. I might get a new mixer board. Really clean up his act a lot.
Dude, imagine how many arcade 1-ups you're going to be able to get next year after all this fucking revenue hits. Dude, this is our first monetized episode.
This is good timing before I move, too.
And it was yellow, right? I'm kidding.
Getting kicked out of my... Yeah. I'm getting kicked out of this place, so we got to find another one. I don't know when.
Oh, you're getting kicked out? Well,
yeah.
Now would be a good time to, I guess, order exclusively takeout. Make a documentary about how much money you don't have.
Yeah.
And then make sure you show all your arcades and like every single fucking picture and every frame and talk about how you might have to sell 2 or 3 of your childhood Magic cards to make rent this month.
Yeah. What were you saying before? What were we saying before? Like you were watching, you did that stream with those guys and you were saying like, this is the only thing that brought me solace. This is the only thing that brought me joy. The tub, the arcade brought me joy. This Mountain Dew brought me joy. Everybody,
one of the few things that gives me joy in life.
He's got a lot of few things.
He got like to mushrooms, and he's like, "This is one of the things that gives me joy in life." It's like, oh my god, dude! We were laughing because it's like, you know what Boogie needed the whole time to stop his vices of eating and fucking spending obscene amounts of money? Drugs. Yeah. That's how he cures all of his other ailments. He starts doing drugs. Dude, his heroin arc is going to be wild, bro.
It's gonna be wild.
You ever see a fat guy on heroin? He'll finally get it, dude.
Oh, man, I hope Boogie doesn't have too many bad cancer days for the next 20 years. Oh, God. People know, like, he said what condition he had, and I got a call from, what's her name?
It's a blood cancer, right?
Yeah. But I got a call from, what the fuck's her name? Hang on a second. I can't remember her. I know she is the English woman.
Hey, Q-Star.
But I can't
do the Reddit content.
I can't get. I can't remember her handle for some reason. Let's see. Hang on. She sent me this before. This is so fucking funny. A Speedy Bird. She said, "I have the same condition that Boogie has. It's not life threatening." Like, that's what she told me. Apparently, it's not like happening. It's so funny.
It's
it's probably, he's overweight. So, Duty Streets. Wings seem to reveal Revel and Boogie hate. You may want to get into Wings and X Shallon. I brought up his ex last time. He spent Eddie K on the gold. Didn't I bring that up last time?
Dude, I want you to ask him how come you're dating a girl who has the same name as your ex-wife.
Does she really?
You didn't know this?
No. I didn't know what his ex-wife's name. I just saw her once.
His ex-wife was also named Des.
Oh, no.
That's a good one, right?
I wonder what she thinks of that. I
found that out yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dude, imagine getting Boogie's girlfriend on the cast to defend him.
I'm going to call him Des 1 and Des 2.
Well, we were speculating that he's going to make her do OnlyFans within the next calendar year to keep them making money.
I'll do it for you, Boogie.
Well, they were saying that Mahler seems to think she's going to do it with Chad, Boogie's roommate. Could you imagine if Boogie's fucking roommate and his girlfriend started an OnlyFans?
That'd be crazy. Hey, Duty Streams, I did mention his. I brought it up. I said something like, "You're no stranger to this, Wings." Yeah, I spent some money too on some girls and their kids. Yeah, I remember that.
And their kids, dude.
I remember that.
Why do these guys do that?
The problem is Wings just. Hey, Duty Streets, he kind of every nasty thing I've said to Wings, even before he kind of rolls it off and makes fun of himself. So there's not much I can do, Wings seem to revel in Boogie hate. Yeah, there's not much I can do, really.
Wings knows that he needs to be the fucking alpha of this, or he becomes it's either Boogie or it's him. You can't do both at the same time because then it becomes annoying. But as long as he's on the top or whatever,
I guess so.
Then it's good. Yeah.
It's disappointing to see how many people think Tommy is annoying or whatever. He's great. Well, thanks. Jesus, I love Tommy taking Boogie shit. I'm taking Boogie shit. I don't know why I find this a good job, Tommy. Thanks. Wow. Now it's this is much more than there was before. Thanks for listening to the criticism. All right. Yeah, I'm done blowing smoke on my own.
When's the last time you heard somebody say thanks for listening to the criticism? Never. You've never heard anyone.
I wrote a few of them back because a few of them said the same thing. I said, yeah, I just wrote, I heard you, I You know, this has always been like Baited was always about the fans, and this is the same, no different here. You know, and then my shit's about my shit. You know,
like, did you think we were going to be covered on like H3 for in one episode into the show after he wouldn't cover a single episode of the Keemstar show?
After the episode nobody heard it. I want to talk to Keem about releasing that. I have a lot of people asking me about the pilot and releasing the pilot or something like that, right? I think we should really release it raw, see how it goes. I think people will be interested in it. Just let them know it was a pilot. Let them know it was like 2 months ago.
See, it was my opinion that they should have, for an editor tryout, been given the pilot or whatever to make into like a 15-minute video that would have been a trailer for episode 1.
I think
we would have just called it episode 0, but instead they went with a piece of the actual episode, which I thought was kind of a waste.
Yeah, I do think we should release a pilot and let people know. It's just it's kind of a bizarre dynamic, But I knew, and Wings said too. Wings like, wow. I haven't PKA has been going on like 15 years, so ain't no reason this can't work. Something shit like that. He sees Wings believes in it, which is good. And Boogie is just, I guess, gonna take a beating. I don't know. It's only gonna help his views, because his views are way up from what I understand. I actually watched a Boogie video for the first time in a long time recently over the weekend. Oh God, here's another one. I think I was wrong about
Well, here's the thing. I'll make a fucking promise, all right? If we're not able to set up a thing with an editor in the next 72 hours, that probably means the episode on Sunday is going to be late.
Might be the pilot, yeah.
So, if that's the case, I'll go ahead and I'll put something together.
With the pilot. So we definitely got
it. Might not look as nice, because I'm going to have to zoom some shit and fuck around with some stuff. But I don't know. I'll donate some more time.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm seeing so many videos about it, and people are just talking about it. DSP refuses interview with Turkey Tom. What's really growing on me? The logo too. I didn't know what to think about it, but the 3D, the 3D thing with the cows. Yeah, and then I was talking to Keem before. He's got great ideas. I don't know. Everything seems to be going my way. Let's see if I won't fuck it up. I fucked it up last time. Suppose I could do it again.
Yeah.
But
what are the splits? Well, we haven't gotten paid yet, so you haven't had a chance to complain about the splits. Well, ironically enough, I believe it's 33%.
Yeah.
Teams learned.
Oh, really?
I think it's 33. Oh, God, we got another 1,000 subs today, too.
Oh, we got 1,000 subs? Oh, man, let me check that out.
19.5K.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, Keem wants these things 45 minutes, and every single one of them have been between 55 and an hour 10, and nobody is complaining.
Nobody's complaining at all, yeah. But I agree with Keem on that. I made the other one. I thought I gave it a little more this time because I'm kind of in charge of cutting it off, right? Because I thought it would get chopped up, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was a lot of shit in the beginning that was never going to be in there because we couldn't get going because you could see what Boogie's doing to me. Fuck it. It's just hard to get it going with him because he's got to do his cry fest beforehand, and then I got to probably stay on their ass a little bit about doing it right, pushing the button. But only criticism has to be with live chat. This has to be a live chat. How about this? How about we do a live stream once in a while, Duty? Would you like that?
We'll do a live stream.
Yeah.
It's another solid fucking thing to have me, Tom, and everybody else around because we can help out with that. Believe me, I don't want Boogie having the controls to the stream.
I mean, I could do it. Just give me the fucking thing, and I could bake them all in.
Well, what I wanted is I want Keem to act like fucking Ryan Seacrest and kind of just maybe not run the stream, but have like him sitting in the Keemstar show set, just with like your 3 cameras popping in and out. I thought that would be cool.
Oh, that would be awesome if we could pull that off.
Because again, we have Keem. There's a reason we can use him at any time. We're using him obviously sparingly. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if there's a live show and Keem's hosting it, I think that would be pretty good. That would probably be a really good usage of Keem. Make him earn that percentage he's taking. Oh, I don't know if it's 33 if Keem's taking a cut. It's probably going to be what is it? 25. It's catch 25.
Wait, people say that PlayStation Portal is shit, and they're breaking it and pulling the fucking controller.
Dude, hey, I don't know, bro. What can it do that my phone can't do with a DualSense controller? I have a fucking iPhone 15 Pro, and I can play this shit. It's great, dude. But it's like you have to have really good internet. If you think the PlayStation Portal, because one reviewer from IGN who has fucking turbo Wi-Fi tells you that you can go to work on your lunch break and pull out your fucking Portal and connect to your home PS5 with zero latency Call of Duty, you're gonna shoot yourself in the fucking head. You're not gonna be able to do that. You want a fucking device for that price range? Go buy a baseline Steam Deck.
Yeah.
You want to put a little more into it? Go buy a special edition Steam Deck. That is the best item that you can get on the market right now for playing games on the mobile, unless you're going to buy like a Switch. But even then, you can play a lot of those games.
Dude, he says that he's positive Wings will break down at some point. Well, I'll be there for it.
Yo, I pointed this out today.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I watched 6 hours of Boogie 2988 yesterday, so maybe it's just fresh on my mind. Sure. But I thought I had like a unique angle into the fucking Pokemon drama that's going on right now. Sure. And I think there's a Boogie comparison in there.
Oh, yeah?
Because she says that it's a lot of incels that hate her and stuff like that. And she's getting a lot of incel hate. And I'm sure that there's a percentage, probably closer to 10 rather than 90 that she's assuming, that are like, oh, okay, woman bad, hate women. All right. But my issue is I feel like if she was given the same hatred as Boogie 2988 just for 1 week, let's say that she finds out there's a Sam and Tolkien-esque thread of every controversy she's ever been in, I think she'd have her, my detractors are worse than rapists and Nazis.
Well, I
think she would break in a week.
I think what you saw with her saying that's a slip, saying, oh, what are you broke? Even though, like you said before, well, you're like, Tommy, we talk like that. Yeah, but she's somebody else. That was her mask slipping. I think that's who she is. So even this cookie thing rattled her. Probably more. She hasn't been this rattled since the Bobax thing. So you're seeing a little bit of it right now. She can't take a quarter of it. You know,
I'll tell you if they're delicious.
She can't take a Cabos video. You know.
Yeah.
And you know it's funny.
But I'm wondering, like, imagine if she got like the exact hate that broke Boogie and made Boogie the way that he is. All this time later, do you think she would sink or swim? Do you think it would be as bad? Do you think like she would fall as hard as Boogie did? Yeah,
I don't think anybody could fall as hard as them because she's a girl, but I think she would leave for 6 months for sure. For sure. Like, here's the scenario would have to be this. She runs to Twitch. I want you to do this, and they say we can't do anything for you, and then she cracks. She either does something absolutely insane online and then has to take 6 months. But she starts looking more like that drunk Irish girl. What's her name? Who's the Irish
Minx.
Yeah, she starts acting like Minx. That would be great. She has a bottle of Jack Daniels. Yeah.
If Boogie ever leaves, I want Anissa Jamha on the podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you ask I heard Keem has talked to her. Why don't you ask if she wants to
we
come
talked about it on episode 2, Tommy. That fucking Anissa Jamha went fucking berserk after reading the DM leak.
Did you is that public? I wanted to talk.
We talked about it on LOLCow.
I must have missed it. I listened to yours.
Yeah,
I listened to the
wait, did Keem cut it?
Did you say it in passing?
Wait, did Keem have D-Max cut that part?
Oh no, I think he did. I didn't hear it. I think he did. I didn't hear it.
Oh, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
Did you say it in
passing? He would have told me if he cut it. No, we talked about it. We did a whole little section on Anissa.
Oh boy! Oh god!
I'm checking. There's no way.
It was in there. Okay, no. The chat said, my memory's just terrible.
He told me, he goes, I mean, you didn't say exactly what like, or any direct message. You just said that it happened, so I don't give a fuck, and that's fine. Okay. So I would have been very surprised if he cut it. If I started giving like reads or whatever, or like releasing, I don't even think I have screenshots to release, but if I did that, then he'd be like, all right, cut it. Yeah, that's too far. Because Golden Rule Keem is like actually super serious about it.
I might I left the thing on in the air too. I could have walked out, fucking got a cup of coffee, came back, and you were finishing it up. I do remember you mentioning something about her, but nothing not what I knew, you know.
Yeah.
Like what I knew is hysterical.
The one thing with Boogie that never comes up, and I always have to explain it everywhere I go, is that he faked a swatting That is by far, in my opinion, the worst
you
social
do.
mistake he's ever
Oh,
made.
God.
Was telling people that he was swatted in December and blaming a subreddit, and then they looked it up and saw the police never even attended, never even showed up to his house. And then he tried to argue that he had an off the books agreement with the Fayetteville Police Department to not show any fucking dispatches to his home. And then the Fayetteville Police Department came out and said it wasn't true. That is a crazy... I think for most normal people who weren't schizophrenic at that point, who were still for some reason supporting Boogie, that was the jump off point. There was no being a Boogie fan after that. If he would lie about that, he would lie about anything.
I mean, that didn't... I thought... I gave him a pass on that too, but I do remember thinking when that happened, it's wow, this is not what I thought he was capable of. You know?
Do you remember when he faked a hacking and then said, "Oh, this is the app that got me hacked. See, look at the IP." And then the company came out and said, "Yeah, we don't have any control over your account. There's no one. That's literally our servers because you're using this application. Nobody could gain access to your account."
And that's really what's happened to Boogie. It took a long time for everybody to realize he can't help but lie.
I was watching Tom's video, and there's allegations that he was pretending to be goth women or whatever, defending him 24 hours a day on alt accounts. And normally I would just pass that shit off as, okay, this is just schizo. He has no proof that that's Boogie. And in this case, Tom has no proof that that's Boogie. Yeah. But I believe him.
Did you hear about fucking Blair? In the last 24 hours, 5 videos, and they're all getting hits came out about her.
Yep.
Right after fucking...
I watched Gamer from Mars.
Yeah, but a bunch of other ones came out too, and one of her mods is speaking out through this Irish girl, not just a mix, different Irish girl. It was so bizarre. I woke up this morning, you wouldn't believe it's 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago. How many fucking videos came out yesterday about Blair?
When you're right, and a person is that bad.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to lift a finger.
You really don't.
Karma will get her.
Oh, for sure.
And that's how I treat some of the people I hate the most. It's oh, I am fucking there. I'm so psychotic when I'm in the replies to an Illuminati thing. I just message my only regret is that she didn't fall harder or whatever. I just write psychotic shit. Will she ever come back? God, I hope not.
90% of her views. That's not me just throwing a number out there. That's the number.
Dude, when I sent her the email saying, "Hey, it couldn't have happened to a bigger cunt. Fuck you." That was such a great moment for me. I knew it was a personal me to you. Fuck you. Yeah. And then I found out she's in her Discord being God, I wish Nick would talk so I could sue him. She's the thing is she's still held the grudge as long as I have. That's why it's so fucking good.
You're winning.
That's why winning feels so good. She's been fighting a proxy war for 5 years. That's why it feels so good to watch this fucking girl suffer.
She's really been fighting a proxy war against me, against you, against anybody. Tipster. Anybody.
And we didn't complain. We didn't say a fucking word. Yeah. And then it was just uh-oh, things got bad. Time to cash in.
Yeah, I know. Jesus. I got to be honest with you, though. There was a part of me. And everything's deserved.
Dude, you don't have to shank them in prison. Sometimes when people are holding her down, you can just look and smile.
But there was a part of me that, I think it's when I made that video. You probably hated that video. I couldn't, when I started to realize, she can't come back from this. And I put out the video, and I was none of this is necessary. We could have fixed everything back in 2019, 2020, whatever it was, right? We could have totally fixed everything. Everybody could have got along, I remember, Real Talk knew her. We all knew her. Everything could have been fixed. It could have been just stuff falling out, and then she gets to this point where there's no coming back, and I'm still getting messages. I'm getting messages from people in the know that she's still cursing us, hasn't learned a fucking thing. It's still everybody else's fault but her own. It was really just bizarre.
And for years, it was if you say anything back to her, then we just look obsessed that our friend got famous or something like that.
Yeah.
When it's obviously not the problem. Well,
I never. I don't think anybody can accuse me of that because I only covered her when she was relevant. I just went back to my normal thing. I never keyed in on her. I've had worse betrayals than her. You know, so it's like, wow, it's crazy. You know, I didn't get. She was just all she was. She was another person that just said, when I get big, I'm gonna help you out so much, and just didn't do it. That's all she was to me. And she that's got to be 10 or 15 of them. You know, oh God. Mm-hmm. There's got to be 10 or 15 of them. She's just
when
another one.
When you burned the Nick DeOrio bridge, did you know I'd be the one to put you back on Baited?
I didn't cross my mind. I don't know if going back on Baited in every aspect. I didn't think about Baited until like last week. You know, and I'm like, wow, this feels the same.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of hate. You're like, yeah, this is exactly what I fucking remember.
The worst hate I ever got was getting the job. That was the worst hate I ever got. But I mean, like the fan stuff doesn't bother me. It's more like, you know, Keem's acting like a boss. He's like, I want this and I want that, and I don't mind that pressure. I'm not a bitch, you know. And I like this too, like because the roles are kind of clearly defined. Whereas it Baited, it's all our podcast, right?
God, no, Keem, I'm never letting Keem talk to me like that. I got into one little spat with Keem, and I'm like, yeah, all right, well, if you want to talk to me like that, I'll take my checks direct deposit. Thanks.
When I say to talk to me tough, I'm not saying he's like out of line.
No, but you're employed by him. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not
okay.
Getting talked to like a fucking employee. Get the fuck out of here.
Tommy's the underboss. Look, no, actually, Nick's the underboss. I'm a captain. Nick's, I'm just a captain.
The thing is, we literally brought you on to be like the fucking wrangler of the autists, and it was like, this is a 4-man job. Yeah. It took 4 of us to wrangle
I couldn't do it myself.
You're just the one that's able to do it the best on the podcast.
I said it. I say, I'm on the ground. I'm a captain, you know, and then you guys are management. That's the way I see it, you know, and it works, you know. A lol bully is. Oh God, it's how long have I been on? Have I done a full hour yet? You know, I'm gonna wrap it up. I thought I was gonna play some games, but I'm just gonna leave this sit here. I'm kind of fucking exhausted, man. It's 3 a.m. So I thought I'd just give a little review. Tomorrow we got Chop from the Point, 3 p.m. Eastern, all that stuff. Nick, thanks for coming on as always. Do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
All right, and I'll give him the stinger. So
this is like one of 3 shows that I plan to call into in the future.
Okay. Well, that's great. We're on tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Take care, Nick.
See you later, buddy.
All right, bye-bye, everybody. Have a good one. It's time to... God, is the button there? Holy Jesus. Where's the... Am I that out of it? Oh, shit. Oh, that's where it is. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Glad you enjoyed the show. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.